Welcome everybody back to the Terrphys Show. I am the John Man and my lovely host, the one and only, Miss Mary. How the hell are you doing, Mary?
Well, thank you for that introduction. I appreciate it. Welcome back. As always, I'm just going to save the next 5 minutes. You guys are probably sick of hearing it. Sorry we skipped weeks. We suck. Don't have time management and are in our 30s and have real world responsibilities that take precedent.
Yeah, I mean...
So here we are. But we're always happy to be here when we're able to be here.
I mean, I think when we restarted the podcast, we did say we would be a little bit more sporadic than what we were before. So, I mean, we did give a little bit of a notice.
That's fair.
You know, I mean, we're getting up there. Like, we're like at one podcast a month now. So, like,
we're getting there.
We're getting there. We're getting a little bit better.
Yeah. Let's see. Have we been here since Denver?
No, we have not. We actually got quite a bit to talk about. I've been taking notes, and the last time we were here
was after Disney, right?
Was after Disney. So we got like Denver Brew Fest, like family in town last week. We got my attempts at home improvement. We got me being petty at work. We got some pink drinks that we've just drinking. Like, we have a lot to talk about. I just don't know how we're gonna get everything in there, you know?
Well, let's start with Denver. We went out to Denver for the Great American Beer Festival.
That we did.
And it was really cool. I actually got to meet some coworkers out there, so that was a lot of fun.
Oh, sorry. And sorry to interrupt. We got some stuff that we did today too. Because, I mean, if you look to your right, some cool things happen.
I know. Well,
you know?
Yeah, and that was on a whim. So, where would you like to start then?
I like where you were going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, we went out to Denver. We went to the Great American Beer Festival. Had a great time. Was not quite what we thought it was going to be, but, like, we're, like, make the best of things, people. It was not bad at all. Like, we had a great trip, and we had a good time, and, like, I'm so happy I got to meet my coworker, and it was, like, perfect for what it was. I think I expected the beer festival to be more of, like, an Oktoberfest, like, Germany style, opposed to, like, a convention where you, like, go judge beer.
So,
welcome in.
I have a solution for that.
Happy Saturday.
I think they need to say it's a beer convention.
I agree.
Not a beer festival.
I agree.
Because festival kind of alludes to like a little bit of a party, a little bit of like a get together, like things are happening, like things could get rowdy. This was more of a convention.
Agreed.
Like it was the Comic-Con of beer.
Yeah.
And we went to the biggest one in the United States. And it was awesome. Just not exactly what we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, we definitely thought it was going to be something different, but made the best of like the convention itself. Like, and I'm glad we met people there because they made like the whole trip worth it. Like, it was fun we rode a bicycle. Like, we drove around Denver and on a bicycle, which was cool, like a little carriage.
Yeah.
And last time I was in Denver, I did that same thing, but on horses, but they didn't have them running because that whole part of town was under construction.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely, I wouldn't say like we explored Denver. We definitely tried our hardest to explore Denver.
Yeah, we had pretty limited time. And I don't know, I feel like we never book ourselves enough time anywhere.
No, we don't.
Welcome in.
And like you said, like, so we went to Denver, and if you've ever been to Denver, you kind of know like the lay of the land. There's like a couple of main streets that you go to that have any little bit of a resemblance of like a midday to nightlife. Mm-hmm. And that whole, like, there's one big, huge street in Denver that was pretty much closed down. Like, I'm sure the businesses were still open, but like,
we didn't even venture over there.
Like, it was just a pain in the ass to get there because all of the construction was going on.
I did like the Rhino District though. That's where
Yeah.
that what's Death and Co.
Yes, Death
That
and
like
Co.
fancy
Yep.
cocktail bar. That was cool. So yeah, we went to Denver. I met a coworker that I had only ever met on the internet. Like total 2023 like vibes. Like I met a total stranger in a random city. I mean, not total stranger, like total coworker, and like we're online together every day. But
I mean, but it's like meeting the person that you've been gaming with for years for the
yeah,
first time. You know, you don't know how it's gonna turn out to be.
yeah, they could be a total different person than what you
Yeah.
anticipated. But it was awesome. Like we were definitely excited to see each other, and like for sure, like there'll be other trips where we meet up with them and vice versa.
Oh yeah, definitely a cool couple for sure.
Yeah.
Because
Like they're our vibe.
yeah, I mean they like to go out, they like to they like to explore.
But it also the nice thing about them for us, um, is that it was very go with the flow, right? Like it was like, okay, cool. Like you need an extra 20 minutes getting ready. We'll meet you at the restaurant. Like it wasn't like, oh, you're holding up the whole group, and vice versa. Like there was a point where they were like, yeah, we're having a hard time getting out of the room, and I'm like, okay, cool. We'll meet you there. No big deal. Let us know when you get there.
Yeah.
Like,
That was actually really nice to not have to like wait on a party. They're just like, dude, you guys just go
yeah, you do your thing.
and like
We'll meet up when we're ready to meet up.
we will text you when we're ready and we will meet you wherever you guys are at.
Yeah, which was cool, and it like was like that the whole time. There was a point where we like split up. We after a night of drinking, which is a whole nother story. My friend actually ended up eating shit on one of those Lime bikes.
Yeah, that was fun.
She'd had enough to drink that she decided that she was going to ride a Lime bike to the next place we were meeting. There was only one Lime bike, so her boyfriend couldn't even go with her. I was getting in an Uber.
Because you're fucking smart.
And like literally 45 minutes later, she's like, dude, I just ate shit. I don't know where my boyfriend is. He's calling me. I can't figure out how to turn my location on for him to find me. And so like we went and sat at a bar for 45 minutes, like waiting for them to show up. And it wasn't like a thing. And then we like reconvened after.
I mean, it probably would have been a good thing if it was a thing. Because we probably would have been like, hey, where the fuck are you guys at?
I guess you're
like
not wrong.
we probably would have found them faster because like we were there. We went to this pub after Beer Fest, and we all like Mary kind of told you like a little bit of the backstory. We're all getting ready to go there. Mary and I we Ubered. We're there, and we probably have 2 or 3 drinks there, and we make friends with people all around the country that are here for the Brew Fest. Just having a fucking time. We're having a great fucking time.
To be fair, I didn't really like realize how much time had gone by, because I was just like, it was kind of I don't want to say like an expensive Uber ride, but it was kind of expensive, and it felt like it took forever to fucking get there because we had an awkward Uber driver, and so I was just like, okay, yeah, like if it took us this long to get here in a car, like I'm sure it's taking them some time on a scooter, right? So I didn't think like there was like never in my mind, because maybe I'm a shitty friend, but I was like, oh, my friend got separated from her boyfriend and ate shit. Like,
yeah, I mean, they were going together. We were going together. We just happened to get there first.
mm-hmm. And I didn't know that they were separated. If I'd known they were separated, it would have been a whole different story, right? Like I found that out post the whole situation.
So we've probably had like 2 or 3 beers at this place. And I think at some point Mary's like, okay, we've actually been here for a really long fucking time.
And I'm like, what's going on?
Like, we're getting ready to like kind of leave. We're like, okay, we're ready to go to the next place. Like we're ready to move on. Like we've overstayed our welcome here. Where the fuck are our friends so we can go somewhere else?
I don't even know where we met. We must have met up somewhere because we ended up going to that club.
We met at the club.
Oh, we met at the club?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We met at the club.
Okay.
So long in the short, like Mary's friend ends up getting into a wreck on one of those Lime bike type things. And we're like, oh shit, are you okay? And she's like, oh yeah, we're fine. We're fine.
Meet us here.
Meet us here. And we ended up
Like,
going to like this
okay.
fucking crazy ass club.
Yeah. Which I told these young girls they wanted to dance on the bar, and they're like, they're not letting us. And I was like, get up here. And I like got up on the like little bar with them, like this little stage. And I was like, dance for a second. I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna fucking cramp your style no more, but I'm gonna stand right here. And if anybody says anything to you, you point to me and say your mom told you you could.
And
And
they were
so,
like, fuck yeah.
and they're like, a bet. And I was like, does that mean okay? I'm just kidding. And so, like, I spent the night, like, kind of like babysitting these young girls,
Well,
but also like dancing and having fun with my friends. I don't know.
I mean, I felt really uncomfortable at this club. So anyway, we get to this club after this person's been into a kind of actually a serious wreck. But anyway, we get to this club and we order our drinks and we're trying to like get
We're like,
together
fuck
and
it.
do a
Like,
thing.
it took us a minute to get here. We're
Yeah.
gonna make the best of the situation.
And like I felt like just a kind of like backstory from what Mary was talking about, like they have like this outdoor roof lounge type thing, which is awesome, right? But it's definitely gate kept. Like people will like they had like a group of people had it under lock, and you could tell there was like 5 dudes that were just in there like nobody's gonna have a good time up here except for the people that I'm with, right?
Enter Mary.
And then of course there's
Enter 5-foot me.
enter 5-foot Mary, and I was like, fuck, man, like I'm not really.
One, these kids are like half our age. Like,
I mean, yes, but I'm also like not drunk enough to like get frisky like Mary is, because like earlier in the night, like I kind of stopped drinking. Mary kept drinking,
and I didn't pretty much eat the whole
and
day,
Mary
but
didn't
that's a whole
eat.
other story.
And then like so I was at that point where like I wasn't ready to get frisky because I wasn't drunk enough, but and then like I was sober enough to like realize like, okay, here's like kind of the situation that's going on. And Mary's just like she's
Being me.
she's getting there, right? She's like 5 beer Mary at this point.
Definitely. I was way past 5 for your Mary.
And like I'm trying to like not piss Mary off, but also like have a good time, let her have a good time. And also at the same time say, hey, like I'm not going to go up there because there's a bunch of gatekeepers up there and I am not drunk enough to handle this situation. Yeah. And like the service here is really fucking slow. Like I'm going to have like 5 more beers for me to like get a little bit chippy enough to where I start fucking around.
Right.
And then those guys could have like, but
yeah. But I mean, so we met at Dirk Bentley's bar, and it was like I thought we're going to like a country bar, right? Like I'm thinking we're gonna go line dance and make fools of ourselves. No, we went to like a college age club. Is basically how I can explain it. What it was.
I mean, the servers or the cocktail waitresses or servers, whatever the fuck you want to call them, like pretty much had their like, titties and ass out.
They were like Vegas style
like,
outfits.
The titties and ass. TNA. Yeah. I was like, oh shit. Okay. Yeah. This is where we're at.
Yeah, I mean it was an experience, that's for sure. Then the next day I thought I was gonna die, so we paid an ungodly amount of money for somebody to bicycle me a block, and then he's like, do you want to get your money's worth? And John's like, fuck yeah, dude. Mary just paid too much money to ride a bicycle, so like take us around. And I'm like, think I'm gonna throw up, but it was cool. Like it was fun for him to like drive us around in the day and like show us buildings. And
I was like, yeah, dude, fucking take us around, dude.
Yeah, you're like, for that much money.
Yeah. like I know Mary's hungover and she just wants Starbucks coffee, but I'm ready to take in the views.
Well, it didn't even have to be Starbucks. It's just that we didn't even have coffee. Like we didn't have any creamer or anything in our room, and I can't function without coffee.
So that is one thing that really, really bothered me about this trip, though.
Okay. For context, our friends booked their hotels like months in advance. By the time we booked, their hotel was like $600 a night.
Well, it didn't bother me that they had a nicer hotel.
No, I know.
Okay,
I'm just explaining.
Okay.
I'm explaining the whole.
Okay, cool.
I know you don't care that they had a nicer hotel. Like,
right.
that's not what you're mad about. I 100% know that. So I was like, I wanted to stay, like, I was like, whatever hotel they're at, like the most ghetto or the nicest hotel, we're just gonna stay at, because we're like, the whole point was to go meet my friends. And then I saw their price of their hotel, and I was like, dude, I cannot stomach $600 a night hotel. Like, I don't make that kind of money.
I mean, we sleep there. That's all
Right.
it is.
So I was like, okay, like, and I checked all like the kitty corner hotels, and one kitty corner hotel, I was like, okay, like, we could do $300 a night. Did I like it? No. But I wanted to be close to my friends. Like, everything else was like miles and miles and miles away. I'm like, this is literally like a 3-minute walk to their room. Like, it's not 600, but at least we're there.
It's doable.
We don't pay that kind of money for hotels. Like, that's not who we are. We don't spend that kind of money on hotels. Like, that's not like the vacations that we take. But my friends, like, the whole point was to meet my friends. So I was like, we're going to get as close as we can for as cheap as we can. So I'm thinking, I've never paid that kind of money for a hotel in my life. So I'm thinking we're going to get a fucking nice hotel. And like the website makes it look like a really nice hotel.
Fucking bougie as fuck. Like, Mary
like,
showed me this shit.
Be like high rolling, right? Like, my white trash classy ass was like, oh yeah, like,
Mary showed me this shit. I was like, oh,
we're gonna see what
Mary.
high life is like.
God damn, Mary,
you guys
fucking
this
stepped
hotel,
it up.
This hotel was just as shitty as any Best Western I've ever stayed at. You know, like the Super 8s or whatever.
The only difference is that doors were on the inside of the building instead of the outside.
Right. I wasn't, and I wasn't as concerned about bed bugs. Not that I ever worry about that. There's only been, okay, in all the travels we've done together, in all the cheap ass hotels that I've ever booked, and you guys, I will put us in hotels that it's like, bitch, you should have spent the extra $20 and got.
Well, I mean, Mary's put us in hotels to where Mary and I will both check in, and like the person checking us in will be like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I mean, those are the type of hotels Mary checks it in as. Like, I'm gonna need a little bit longer than that because I got to shower, I got to shit, I got to shave, I got to like do all this other stuff. Oh, you're talking about sex? No, we're not gonna have any of that tonight. Yeah. We're here to sleep.
Like, we're here to like actually vacation. And out of all of that, I've only stayed in one that I was like legitimately worried about my safety and legitimately worried about bed bugs, and like barely even refused to use the toilet. Like, it was like, okay, we're sleeping and we're getting the fuck out of here.
Was that Salt Lake?
Boise. I thought Salt Lakes was fine.
Salt Lakes was way worse.
No.
Oh, the first Boise, not the last Boise trip we had. The COVID.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah, that was bad. Okay, I got you.
When the fire alarm went off in the middle of the night, and I'm like, that, honestly, that was the worst hotel I've ever stayed in my life. And it was probably the cheapest, but you know.
I got you.
Semantics here.
Yeah.
I thought the Salt Lakes was nicer than Boise's.
That Boise's, yes.
No, the one with our last Boise trip. I thought Salt Lake oh, you're talking about Salt Lake for the flight, not Salt Lake when we went down to just visit my brother.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I try to block that hotel out of my mind. Listen, we were there for 4 hours. It was $89.
You can listen to the last episode if you want a more detailed thing of what was going on.
Moral of the story, you guys, I don't spend money on hotels. Like, I just don't. So when we booked a $300 a night hotel, I was like, yeah, we're bougie. Like, I think we're going to get like the like imprint on our toilet paper.
Like fucking caviar, like on my fucking.
I'm thinking I'm going to go into like chocolates on my pillows. No.
That'd be nice. Or fucking a bar, you know, like a little bit of a wet bar or dry bar, like already there. Like, oh, here's all the cool liquors you could buy from us. No.
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 The bed was pretty comfy. It was clean.
Was it though?
No, it was not. Our
It was
sheets were
not.
fucking stained.
They were
They had
stained.
like blood and mucus and shit. I mean, they were bleached. You could smell the bleach on the sheets, so they were clean. So I know they were clean
Mary
sheets.
says that, and then I have to remind her, and she's like, "Oh fuck, I forgot about that part."
Yeah, I did forget about that part. The elevators were under construction. So you could ride the elevator, but it was like, think of like a mental institution room. That's what it looked like in the elevator.
Padded walls,
It was padded walls. And then
white, like off-white cream padded walls in all the elevators.
yeah. And when we checked in, they're like, here's your room. And I was like, okay. Then we go to use the pool and it's padlocked.
Like pool's closed. It's like, well, no shit. Obviously,
Like, obviously.
like
Like
obviously,
somebody could
like
have told me.
like where the fuck, like what is going on? Like we have a rooftop fucking pool right now, but it's closed.
I don't know.
And
It
like
was
I ask
wild.
about it because like maybe like there's
Like
a
a special key card or something.
or a separate entrance or some shit, you know, because it looked really nice. It was a really nice, like it was nice outside. It's
yeah,
like
and we
this,
really just wanted to sit outside.
this would have been nice to like sit outside, get in the pool, maybe get in the hot tub outside because it's rooftop, and we're like, okay, this would be really fucking cool. We're like, hey, how about the pool? Pool's closed. It's like, cool, okay, awesome, that's really cool.
I will say worst service out of any hotel I've ever stayed at.
And that's the fucking thing. It's the most expensive hotel we've ever been in. And it's probably one of the worst hotels we've ever been in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and like, we've told people, like, while we were there, like, oh, where you're staying? Oh, we're staying here and here. Like, oh, bougie much. It's like, oh, no, bitch. Fucking stay at the Best Western. Stay at the Motel 8.
Because it's the exact same.
Because it is the exact same fucking thing. Like, their breakfast, guess what? It's fucking
It's
free. The breakfast that we have to pay for
Yeah.
is not that great.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird, but I mean, it is what it is. It's fine.
And so, like,
So it just solidified me not spending more money on hotels, and so John's super upset because he's like, dude, I just want a hotel that's like safe, clean, well lit.
yeah. Oh, for sure. And like, there was some ups, and then like the downs hit hard,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because they have like this bar area, you know, where they have cocktails and they have beer and this, and where you could order food or whatever. I was like, oh, this is a really cool area. But like, you could tell like they don't give a shit about it.
No, they haven't
Like,
they haven't
they-
amped it up for the guests.
No, like Mary and I went there, and we're like, there like one day we went there, and like there's a person that actually gives a shit, and you
Mhm.
could tell he's probably like the bar manager. He's like, oh, I got this cocktail. I'm thinking about putting it on the menu. Let me give it to you. And I was like, oh, this is a great fucking cocktail. Thank you very much. And it was a nice experience. And then his replacement for the night shows up and is like, so are you like the bus boy or something?
Can we order with you?
Because you're kind of
Like,
making drinks like you're a busboy. You're like, oh, I don't know what goes in this type of cocktail, but like, here we go.
well, and he had like major creeper vibes.
Oh, for sure.
So, anywho, that was the hotel experience. So overall, I'm gonna give Denver a high rating because I met my friends.
Mm.
Had we not met our friends, I mean, I'm gonna give that hotel like a 3.
Yeah, probably a 3. I mean, but Denver overall, like, I think if they opened up, like, once they open up like that main road, I think Denver would be a lot more fun. And we didn't get to go to Golden, which I heard is a lot of fun.
So I think we should just take a weekend trip so that we can do like some of those other like little things.
And like saying like Golden, Colorado,
Yeah.
and do some of the other things.
I
Yeah.
mean, because honestly, getting into Denver was not that bad.
No, it's really not. I mean, I didn't mind Denver. I think Denver is kind of like on the, other than California list, it's like up there on like the one of the cities I like the best.
Yeah. I mean, and we made friends all around. We made friends at the airport. We made friends at the brewery. We made friends at Beer Fest. Like, it was really easy to like have human interaction there, which it's not easy to do in a lot of cities. And so that's something that I did like about Denver is like, and the first time I went there, it was the same way. It's just really easy to have that human interaction that you don't get in a lot of cities.
Yeah, and like just for like an example, like Mary and I will be here at the place we live right now, and we'll be at a bar top or a table, whatever, drinking a beer at a pub, whatever, and we'll start talking like the people next to us, and like, why the fuck are you talking to me?
Mm-hmm. And it's like that.
It's like, why the fuck are you talking to me? Don't fucking talk to me.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah, that's cool, you know, and it's always like standoffish.
Mm-hmm. And like, what's your ulterior motive?
And
I'm like, I'm just trying to make friends.
And like, they could tell that we're not from here, and like they totally give us that that like freeze, you know.
Like, are you guys from California? I'm like, well, I'm actually from here.
Yeah,
but not from here. I don't claim it.
But like, we went to Denver, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter. They're like, oh, you're in this establishment. Okay, you're drinking beer. I like drinking beer too, and I like this establishment. So if you're drinking beer and I'm drinking beer and we're both at the same establishment,
we just became best friends.
We have something in common.
Yeah.
So let's just talk the whole fucking day. And I was like, okay, that is cool because we do have something in common. We both like beer. We're both at this establishment. Let's have some fun. And it was cool like that. And everywhere I went in Denver was like that, which I did appreciate.
Agreed. Okay, so we talked about Denver.
So just let everyone know, we're gonna give you like
the last 3
cliff
weeks of our
note
lives.
versions of what's been going on lately.
Okay, so we did Denver. I'm trying to think of after Denver. Gosh, it's been kind of crazy. John's been trying to do home projects. One is so one's a 10, and one we're gonna give a 7.5 for effort.
But if you ask Mary at the right time, she could have done it better, and she's upset that she didn't do it herself.
Okay, well, when you say it like that, I think mainly because I didn't know you were gonna do it, and so I had it mapped out in my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my gate is so cute.
The gate did turn out really good.
So cute. So I wanted this half door on the dog's closet because my little baby Canton likes to eat in his clothes, which I discovered today. It's because those are the only things of color in his room. And I am on a mission to get them some toys that are the right color that they can see. But that's a whole other thing.
Because of the dog filter?
Yeah. I'm really upset. They have 2 toys that actually they can see.
So that's all because the dog filter thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
With TikTok and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you went through our whole house. I saw you.
Yeah. I went through their toys, the whole house, their bedroom.
Is it not good?
I mean, it's pretty bad. Okay, first of all, we're not color people. We're not in general, my color scheme for the house is white, black, gray, some brown.
I mean, we are millennials.
Yeah, I mean, it really there is
millennial gray definitely has a presence in our house.
Yeah, there is no color in my house. But and then I went through, and now it makes sense why he wants my towels in the bathroom so bad all the time. It's the only thing that he can see that's a different color in my bathroom. In their room, the clothes that he rips off the hangers are the only colors that he can see in that room. They literally have 2 toys that they can actually see. And I'm this should be common knowledge. why are these toy manufacturers making toys that dogs can't even see?
So 2 things.
Okay.
I've tried the dog filter and I didn't see any difference, which leads me to the second thing.
Yes.
Now you know how I live my life.
Well, do you want me to start wearing bright colors for you?
I mean, I am a colorblind individual.
Yeah.
So like I could kind of see like how the dogs could be bored with things. Fuck. Cuz I've looked at that dog filter like on TikTok and I was like, "Oh yeah, they're fine." Like I don't see what's going on here. Right?
It's pretty traumatizing
Is
as
it?
a color seeing person.
So as a non-color seeing person, I'm just like, "Oh yeah, they're fine."
Yeah. So like as somebody that sees all the different colors and patterns and shades, like seeing it through that filter, now I feel bad for you too. Um but they can't even you can at least see like red, pink, some greens, but they can't. So like I still feel bad for you, but not as bad for my dogs.
I mean, I guess I'll take that as a win.
Okay.
All right.
I don't mean it like that. I mean like because you can see a couple more colors than them, right?
Yeah.
And your entire entertainment existence isn't based upon the toys that somebody else provides for you.
I mean, kind of.
I mean, I know. I was gonna say, well, kind of.
Kind of.
You're Ken enough, babe. You're Ken
I am
enough.
Ken enough.
I don't know. I just am upset about it, and I'm like, oh, that's why when I fucking throw this ball out in the grass, you can't find it.
I know. It's terrible. Oh, you were talking about the dogs.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yes. But
But
So, but the gate swinging back is super cute. So I wanted the gate put up because Canton keeps eating the clothes that I now know why he keeps eating, and then John tiled the bay window.
I did attempt to. Well, I mean, I did tile it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's done.
Yeah, and it doesn't really bug me. Pillows sit up there, like nobody sees it.
Honestly, like it, unless you're like looking down on it,
You don't know.
you don't really see any
No.
imperfections. So we have this bay
It's
window.
fine.
We have this bay window that, like, our dogs love to hang out in the bay window. Like
That's their life.
they jump up on the couch, they jump up on the bay window, and that is like their area to hang out and watch the neighborhood. And they are neighborhood
Oh yeah,
watchers.
like if there's a crime in our neighborhood, they should get a dog like psychic or whatever, like those people at Medium that can talk to dogs. Because Canton would be able to tell you everybody's coming and goings. They could tell you everything.
I mean, our neighbor leaves 13 times a fucking day, and he sees him leave 13 times a day.
Yep.
You know, but they love that little area in the bay window. But the problem is it wasn't. It was finished as like, oh, you're gonna put decorations here,
Yeah.
not like you're gonna
Like actually use it like a floor.
actually use it as a floor. So the dogs were just tearing the fucking
Yeah, the
shit out of
paint
this.
was starting to chip, and
Yeah.
it was just like, okay, like either we can't let them up here, or we got to put something down to like protect this area.
So we did, or
So,
I did.
yeah.
I put tile down,
mhm.
and like it looks a little janky. I will admit that I am.
John got halfway through, got pissed off and impatient, said fuck this shit, started cutting pieces, and just jammed him in there and made it fit. That I wasn't even here, and I know that that's what happened.
I mean, I tried my best. Like I do try on those type of projects. Like I am not a person. The reason I am not good at projects like this is because there is a beginning, middle, and end, and the beginning and middle and end usually takes a lot of time. Like I'm one of those people that like I want the beginning, middle, and end to happen within like an hour and a half, a movie, like the length of a fucking movie, not the length of
An
all
entire day.
not the length of a fucking Lord of the Rings marathon.
Mhm.
Like I want it to happen that quick. I do not have the fucking patience to sit there. So like, yeah, The first hour probably looks good. The second hour, it's looking like I'm trying to rush. And by the time it gets to the third hour, it's just fucking going in there no matter what. And you could tell. I don't. Shit happens.
You can scroll. Like, I'm no shade. I just know that that's what happened.
I mean, you're probably not wrong. I mean, like, as you know, I am not the most patient person. And when something doesn't go my way, when I'm not the most patient person in like that type of sense of where like, all right, I'm really trying hard. I'm measuring this shit out.
Because John's like, I know this matters to Mary. So he did try very hard.
And like half of it looks fucking great. And then like one fucking measurement. And I measured twice. All right. One measurement like threw off everything. And all of a sudden, everything is a fucking dumpster fire. And at that point, like something clicks in my brain. Is like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. And that's what happened.
No.
There's one half that looks fucking good, and the other half looks like I don't give a fuck.
And then I teased him about it, and John was mean to me.
I wasn't mean to you. You were mean to me about it.
I teased him about it.
Well, she teased me. She's like, I knew I should have just done this by myself. I was like, I fucking tried. Okay? Like, I tried. I measured shit out. Like, I was really patient about it. I had interruptions, which I wasn't expecting. And the interruptions threw me
let
off.
me tell you how John's home projects go.
But, like, I fucking tried. And, like, no, I'm not a handyman. Like, and my end goal not my end goal in life, but what I work hard for, right? Because, and I think this is what makes me a good man. I know what I'm good at and what I'm not good at. I am good at some certain things. I'm decent at making money. I'm decent at my hobbies, and I'm a pretty shitty handyman, right? So if my hobbies or the thing that I'm making money at could afford me to pay someone to do the shit for me, that's what I want to do.
We just got to get to that point.
I just got to get to that point in life because, like, I am
but
not.
Until then, you got to figure it out.
I'm not a very good fucking handyman. I am not a good fucking
you guys,
handyman.
He says this, but then if I call my brother to help us, he gets so offended.
I do because like there's a lot of handyman things I do around the house, like fucking all the time. I do it, and I think it goes on unnoticed, and then
if I know it's out of John's wheelhouse and ask my brother to assist, John's so offended.
Well, I am offended, and then your brother fucking pretty much just sits there and watches as I do it fucking anyway. It's like, I'm going to get to it, but the thing is, you need to bring another ADHD person in to another ADHD person and just have them both work together, and I'm going to do the fucking work anyway.
That's how it happens.
Sometimes.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
I appreciate you trying. However, I know you hate when I do that, but what I'm saying, okay. John starts a project, and he starts out with really good intentions. He's got good ideas. He's researched it. He's bought the shit. He starts the project. He spends about an hour, maybe two. You can maybe get 2 hours of patience out of him. Then he gets in bucket mode and makes a disaster. I'm speaking about the floors here. And so then his project, then he's like, fuck it, I'm done. So then there's another project in fixing his project plus cleaning up after his project. So that all falls on me. The window is like, I don't got to do nothing with that. So maybe we're progressing. So that's where I get frustrated because I'm like, okay, like I appreciate the gesture. I appreciate the thought. I appreciate the energy. But if you're going to create work for me, that I did not have any intentions of fucking doing, don't fucking do it. Like, because you're saying you're doing this for me, but now I have to spend an entire day fixing your shit that you didn't have enough patience to do right the first time.
I mean, there's some instances where that has happened. Floors, right? That definitely happened for sure. But
Trim.
Trimming what?
There's 2 different trims: the cabinets, the trim outside.
Oh fuck! All right, so this happens multiple times, but the thing is, like, what's hard for me?
I'm sorry, you feel underappreciated.
No, I don't feel. I mean, sometimes. What's hard for me is like I will literally start a project, and you know this, and this is my bane. I will start a project, and then I will need a tool for that project, so I'll go upstairs into the garage or something, and then I'll start another project, and that project leads me outside, which starts another project. Like, I think not last week, 2 weeks ago, I had fucking like 13 projects going at once. There was a lot of projects going on. Like, this is the day that I was doing the floor or the tile, because I did the fucking table. I was painting the table. I was fucking doing that fucking door for Mary. I was doing the tile for the window. I was doing something else. I was like breaking down like the fucking getting our house ready for fucking winter. It's like I just don't know like how to I know how to start a project pretty fucking good. Like, I am great at starting projects. I am terrible at finishing them.
And it's somebody that is I don't know. Like, I can't, it gives me anxiety when there's disarray. Like, a half-finished project stresses me out. And so I'll come home, like right now we have a half-finished project in our basement. Because instead of finishing the project, he gets halfway and he's like, that's good enough.
Okay, wait, hold on. I will say this half-finished project in our basement is your fucking fault.
Okay, but instead of finishing the project, you move on to decorations to match the project that's not finished. And then he'll hang the decorations.
What project are you talking about?
The table.
Oh, I was talking about the desk. Oh, there's 2 half-finished projects. Oh, fuck.
Oh, gosh. The desk is kind of my fault because I wanted to go to this.
So there's 2 half-finished projects. Okay, now that Mary points that out.
Yeah, so John's like, I want to bring this table in the house and bring it downstairs. And I was like, yeah, but I want to paint. Like, if you're going to bring it inside, you need to paint it. Like, it was purple table with, like, pink chairs and green, like, cushions. Like, we've had this table for years and years and years, and it's definitely, like, a little eccentric. And so I was like, like, if you're going to put it in that space, it needs to be painted. Like, otherwise it's just not going to go with the feng shui of everything, right? Like, we're really trying to, like, he's really going for, like, a vibe in that space specifically. And I was like, that's not going to match your vibe if you don't paint it. So, first of all, it's taken him 6 months to paint this.
It has.
And then, which is fine. Like, it is what it is. So he paints just the table, not the chairs. Gets the table down the stairs. And then I was like, okay, I'm done. And then all of a sudden we're like shopping for decorations that match the table. And so we still have funky colored chairs in our basement that doesn't match the feng shui. Like, so we had decorations in that spot that matched everything, but because he painted the table, he brought the table in, which it made our whole house smell like spray paint. So that tells you how soon after the painting happened that he brought it in. So it's that sort of stuff that gives me anxiety, because it's like, okay, now if I want those chairs painted to match the table, to match the vibe that John wants, I don't even care about the vibe. I have to make the time, put that on my to-do list, and now it's my mental load, and it wasn't even my fucking project to begin with.
To be fair, I did put the motions in place to start the project.
We bought paint
Wait,
today.
I bought some more paint. So the motions are there.
So, really, long and short, I don't give a fuck about the projects as long as they stay in the garage until they're complete. And I don't have to, like, clean up, fix, put the drill away, find a home for all this shit that you've bought, this new shit that you had to have for the project. Like, it for me, like, it gives me, like, anxiety for, like, half-finished projects, things being out. I need everything in my house to have a place. And like be put away and things to be tidy and
I
like
am not that.
black marks on my baseboards from grout painting. Like this it's just the example. I'm not trying to rehash it or make you feel like shit.
Okay.
I'm really not.
Oh no, I mean, tell the story. I mean, it's your story to tell.
Like that kind of shit gives me severe anxiety. Like I can't sleep at night if that's how it is. Like, so it's not that I'm trying to be mean. I am grateful because we don't have the money to like go out and hire a handyman every time I want something done. But you know, I don't know. But that's why I call my brother sometimes because he's like, and not being mean, he's just handy. We grew up like super fucking poor, and so it was like if you can't figure out how to do it, if you can't figure out how to fix it, you're basically fucked. So he's just really mechanically inclined. He's handy, and so I'll just call him sometimes, a lot of the time. And I don't have like my mom to call. I don't have my dad to call. Like, so anytime it's something like that, and I want something done, I just call my brother, and I'm like, "How do we do it?"
Yeah.
But what John is not being fair of either is that sometimes he'll be like, "Call your brother and ask him."
I mean, I definitely do that because, like, the thing is, I understand like a lot of my limitations. So I'll be like, all right, like, there's some stuff I want to do. Like, I just need your brother to be like, hey, yeah, that's probably like a little bit beyond your skill set. Because he's pretty honest about that shit. He's like, no, just wait till I get there.
Mm-hmm.
Or he'll be like, oh yeah, you could totally do that. You know, and if he's like, oh yeah, you could totally do that, I'll do my best at like Googling and this and that and what have you.
There's also been times that he's like, "Wait till I get there." John's like, "No, I got this."
I mean, there's been a couple of those, yeah.
The Jeep.
Which one?
When you were trying to fix the fuck up,
Which fuck up?
the whole motherboard thing.
I did fix that, and your brother did say this is an anomaly. Like this shit, I did it right. It just usually doesn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, oh yeah, like it usually doesn't do this. This is like the 1 in 1,000 time it actually did it, and just so happened to do it to you to make you look like a piece of shit in front of your wife.
Well, I never think you're a piece of shit.
Well, of course
never.
not. But I mean, it doesn't help.
You're ken enough for me.
I am kind of enough. You're right.
We watched the Barbie movie tonight. Have you guys watched it?
I mean, it's super cute.
It is super cute. I loved it. Well, especially growing up with Barbies. Like,
Yeah. I mean, we were a little late to the party, which I'm not upset about, but I don't know. I just haven't been like into like the movie theater scene like for a long while. Pretty much ever since like Avengers Endgame, I was like, I don't really want to go to theaters anymore. And then all the COVID shit happened and whatever, and then we moved and a bunch of other crap.
I'd say this is like the first movie that I was like, yeah, I want to go see.
Yeah. And we probably should have seen it at a movie theater.
It was cute.
It was cute. It was cute. I mean, it had a lot of good,
like, messaging.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely gave me the feels.
I mean, because you were a Barbie girl when you grew up.
100%. Like, I collected Barbies. I loved Barbie.
Yeah. I mean, I think, like, I think there is something to be said about the marketing with Barbie, and like I completely agree that sometimes the marketing of Barbie, like the movie said, is like, oh yeah, you're pretty much just like a fascist. You want us to be like this, you want us to be like that, but it's also like, women could do whatever the fuck they want.
Hmm.
They can be any of these things.
And I feel like that was like the messaging.
It was the main messaging,
Hmm.
you know, and I think it's good. Like honestly, like I think it's good. Like I don't think women should like not be forced, but like their only toy shouldn't be like to take care of a baby for parenthood. It's like you should have a Barbie that has fun, that has a Malibu kin that's a fling, that's not really a boyfriend. You have your own dream house, you have a Corvette. And by the way, fucking Maggie Roberts is not too old.
I know that's something that like really bugged me about that. It's like how many people were like, she's too old. I'm like, bitch, how old do you think Barbie is? Barbie has her own career, her own house, her own car.
Yeah, like she's definitely in her 30s. Minimum.
Hello.
Like there's no way she has all that shit in her 20s unless she's a trust fund, but she doesn't say anything about her daddy.
Mm-mm. I mean,
So,
there was a sugar daddy.
yeah, but like that's all self-made,
Yeah.
you know?
No, for sure. And that's like the thing, right? Um, but it was cute. But there's a part where he's like, Ken is Ken enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's enough, and so that's where I keep getting the joke from, just in
Yeah.
case anybody has not watched it.
I'm going to get that sweater.
I think it's hilarious.
I'm going to get the I'm Ken Enough sweater.
I Ken enough. Fucking Mattel.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't know, I was watching it, I was like, I fucking love Barbie. Like I love all this, like
You're such a feminist.
I am though. Like I am a feminist. Like I'm way more feminist than you are.
Oh yeah, you're like girl power. Like
I'm all about
yeah, a woman can be president.
fuck yeah. A woman should have been president. Never mind. I didn't say that.
But
But true.
so, but yeah, you're like you don't need no man.
Yeah.
You're like, can I stay the night?
Yeah. I'm like,
Sorry, it's girls' night.
but I mean, I know I'm not handy, but can I just be a little Ken enough for you?
I'm just a kid.
I don't know. It was a good show. It was a good show.
It was cute.
Like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it. We kind of went all out. Like I wore like a Ken shirt that
Like
was
a Ken
unbuttoned.
outfit.
A Ken outfit. Mary wore pink. I made some pink cocktails for us.
Yeah.
I tried two of them. I tried like so one of them was kind of like it's called a blinker, and it's a whiskey based drink, which was good.
Yeah.
And then I made a pink lady gin cocktail, which was like gin, lemon, some syrup, grenadine, egg white, and that turned out pretty good.
I like it. It's kind of giving me heartburn. I'm not sure if it's the drink or all this shit I like have ate today or dinner.
I mean, it could be a little bit of everything.
Everything. Yeah.
I mean, I will agree that it's better watered down because it is a little bit boozy. It is a little bit sweet until you water it down.
Maybe that's what it is because I don't drink like really sweet drinks at all.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I mean, it is kind of hard to make like a fucking pink drink that's not sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I kind of like fudged the rest. I did something else with the recipe because like I had a bunch of citrus that wasn't used. So like, oh yeah, I could put grapefruit in this. It was ruby red, so
Yeah.
you
And
know,
maybe that's what's giving me heartburn. It's
yeah.
grapefruit, which is fine. I just was like, okay, if I drink any more of this, I'm not gonna be able to sleep because I'm old. What the
I bet you if you mix them, it'll be like a perfect fucking thing.
Probably. We went to this boutique.
Boo.
It was like boutique today. It was like this big like farmers market craft fair. Kind of on a whim. We saw and I don't want to call it a billboard. What would that be called?
It was just like a sign on the side of the road.
We saw a sign on the side of the road and it said boutique, and I was like, I kind of want to go see that. Like, what is that? And we looked it up, and I was like, kind of him and Han. I was like, I don't know. Like,
Should we do it? Should we not
I'm
do it?
home. I'm comfy. The house is clean. I just want to hang out. And I was like, fuck it, let's go. And I'm glad we did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we definitely started off really strong.
Yeah, it petered out at the end. It was kind of like meh.
It was like a 3 building. So it was at like the fairgrounds, and it was like a craft fair. So it was like a boutique craft fair, a fall craft fair, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, the first um shop, I guess, warehouse thing that we went into, like, had a lot of good
Like really good vendors.
good vendors, and then it just kind of like went downhill from there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like kind of like we started strong, and then like the vendors just kind of like started getting like,
I don't know. And
I've seen this on Amazon before,
Yeah.
and like you're selling it for like 3 times the price. I don't know
Mhm.
about that.
The first vendor, the first like building, it was pretty cool. There's a local. We're like really into board games, uh, like nerdy board games, like
Tabletop
tabletop.
games, yeah.
And it was cool because there's a local guy here that makes them, like basically like designs, comes up with the gameplay, like the whole
Yeah,
kit and
like
caboodle,
from like start to finish. Like he
like concept to production.
concept to production, and like the artwork and everything. Mary and I, we were hanging out, talking with him for a while, and he was like, "Oh yeah, well, there's this one and there's that one," and he showed us like all the like the mechanics of the board games and how they play. And Mary and I were like, "Oh fuck, okay,
Like, okay, this is our type of game. Like,
yeah,
yeah, we'll buy one. And then he's like, well, if you buy another one, it's half off. And so then we were like, okay, then like this is specifically what we're looking for. And he's like, okay, then you got to play this one. And so that was cool. Like, and then we looked him up. He's like on Amazon and Board Game Geek, and
yeah." I mean,
like
he has
he,
a few board games out there, and he designs them like right where we're at, and he doesn't have like a major publisher or anything,
yeah. So it was
but
kind of cool.
it's super cool, and like I'm excited to play his games because we gave him a couple of the games that we played. We played like Terraforming Mars and Puerto Rico and
Like
the
the tiny epics.
Teotihuacan and the Colonist and Mage Knight and stuff like that. And he's like, okay, well, this is a resource type game, and this is a resource card building game. And we're like, oh fuck, all right, well, let's try it out. He's definitely not charging enough for his games
No.
because we bought 2 games from him,
And it was like the cost of one.
like majorly published game,
Yeah.
and we're like, damn.
Yeah.
So like I'm excited to play
Play
them for sure.
Me too. I hope we can, if we get back in time tomorrow. I want to play the I don't know. It's tough because I kind of want to play them both.
Yeah, I mean, what's kind of cool is like one of the reasons I put the table down here, and we moved here a year ago, and we've had the table in the garage for a year, but the table didn't fit down our stairs. But I wanted a table down here, and one of the main reasons is so Mary and I could play, a tabletop game, and if we get tired, well, we could just leave it set up and come back to it
Back to it.
the next, like the next day or whatever, or next couple days, and just finish it off. I mean, because I don't know. I think especially now, like we're kind of in like a weird area to where like not really playing video games. We're not really watching TV. And we'll go through like our TV watching and our video game playing. I mean, Diablo's new season came out, and we haven't even touched it yet.
Yeah, I burnt out on Diablo though. That's my problem.
So I don't know. It's good to keep us
like entertained.
It was something to do
because we're on a budget. Because I went and spent $300 a night in Denver on a hotel.
Yeah.
But so yeah, and then we got some soap, which John's a sucker for, like handmade goat milk, cow, whatever, like farmers market organic soap.
I'm a sucker for that shit for sure.
But by the time we got to that second building, it felt so salesy, and then I almost like felt like they were like trying to force us to buy. Did you feel that way? It got to a point like
we're in like the Idaho, southeast Idaho area. That's where we bought the board games.
mm,
If that's what you're talking about, we need to talk.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, some of the people were really pushy, which I didn't appreciate.
Yeah,
You
they were
know,
like, "Do you want a sample?" And then I was like, "No, thank you." And they're like, "Well, why not?" And you could tell that's just like what had worked for them all day is to give a sample and then people feel obligated to buy.
mm-hmm.
And I was like, eh, eh, I like just legitimately was like, dude, I'm sugared out. Like, I don't, like, I would love to try your brownie, but I honestly don't feel like I can right now.
Yeah,
Or like, John got pulled into a booth. Oh, no, no. We went,
we were in Denver a couple of weeks ago.
yeah, the first of the show, we were talking about Denver and a hotel we stayed at. And so it was like, I was referencing that as a joke. So yeah,
I mean, we travel a lot.
yeah, we do travel a
Like
lot.
our home base right now is in Idaho, but we we travel all over the place. So
So it is definitely easy to be confused.
yeah,
Um, yeah, and then John got pulled into this booth, and then I like it was so awkward. I just felt,
Colorado Springs.
yeah,
Well,
we
nice.
want to go back out there for sure. I like my first time in Denver, I loved it. This last time was I had a good time. It definitely, we lived in Seattle for 15 years, and we're looking for this like little big city. Like we want, I don't know. It's hard to explain. That's a whole other topic of conversation. We're looking for our next city, and we're trying to decide where that's gonna be.
Mm-hmm. Next city to move.
Like to actually live.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Don't know where that's at yet.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. So John got pulled into this booth, and the guy was like slathering him up with this stuff, and I'm like, it was like, I don't know. It just was an awkward vibe.
Well, he's like, "Oh, you have tattoos. This would look really good on your tattoo. Do you want to try some?" I was like, "Oh no, I'm good." He's like, "Oh no, you really want to try some?" I was like, "Okay, fine, fucking fine. Like, put some on me." Right? I was like, "Okay, okay, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, it makes my tattoos look fine." I already have some that I bought from somebody else like a few months ago. He's like, "Well, you need to try the beard oil too." I was like, "I really don't need to try the beard oil." It's like, "Oh, you got to sniff them all, sniff them all." I was like, "I don't want to sniff them all, but I guess if you're fucking forcing me, like, I will smell them all."
Mm. Well, we were even just like, we'll just buy the first one, and then he was like insistent.
He was like, and he was like disappointed that we weren't buying more of his shit. I was like, "Dude, like, you were overcharging for the shit that you're doing right now. I
Yeah,
am buying some from you right now." And
mainly as a courtesy.
as a courtesy, and okay, so it was like the smallest one, whatever.
It was
But
the
oh, it was the
smallest
big one,
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
because he didn't have any of the small ones.
Well, because I was like, oh well, look, we'll just get a couple of the small ones. I was thinking like stocking stuffers, right, for like your dad, your brother,
Mm-hmm.
blah blah blah. I was like, okay, like we'll be courteous. And
Yeah, I
buy,
mean,
like,
we'll start shopping like boutique shit for
yeah, like I
my
was like,
family
we'll
for
start
Christmas.
the Christmas
Yeah,
thing.
and it was just,
Well,
like
my
super
brother, your
pushy.
brother, whatever.
Yeah,
And he was just like so pushy, and I was like, I just did not like the vibe.
no, it's like, dude, like if you're gonna sell something, like it's okay to like give out samples, but like I am clearly buying something from you right now. Like, don't be disappointed that I'm not buying your whole fucking line
Yeah.
of stuff that I didn't really want to buy in the first place.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, so John's pretty heavily tattooed, and it's like, if you're marketing Tattoo Bomb as a non-tattooed person, like, you need to respect that they probably have a product that they like, and then you need to explain why your product would be better. You can't just say, oh, it's going to make your tattoos look better, because if you're that heavily tattooed, like, you already have shit that quote unquote make your tattoos look better.
Yeah.
Does this have sunscreen? What's the oils in it? Is it going to moisturize as well, or is it just a silicone based thing that adds shine to the skin that brings out the color in my tattoo?
Or just makes me more sunburnt because it's like a sun tan lotion.
Yeah.
You know, because there's some shit that makes me burn worse, or makes a lot of people burn worse because it's more of like a suntan lotion. You know.
You look like a pretty big man. I don't think I'd be pushing. Yeah, I mean he's pretty bulky. Like
I mean,
he's definitely bulky.
like I'm short and stocky. Like I'm short, but you know
But he's not like short.
I'm 5'8", so I mean, some would say that's average, but I guess in today's age, that's a little bit below average. But I also weigh 220 pounds.
Yeah, like he's definitely like up, like bulky, like muscly.
And it's not. Yeah, I'm more of like a muscle or muscular type bulk. I don't know. I have a weird body type. Like it's so hard to find clothes for me. Like honestly, it is because I'm 5'8", so obviously I have to find jeans that are, short, but I also have to find jeans that fit over my thighs and ass, which is tough. And then I have to find shirts. I have to buy a large because they have to fit over my shoulders. But if I buy a large that fit over my shoulders,
it's like drowning because he's not like chubby at all. So then he's like drowning in his like
I'm either drowning
section,
or it like turns into a crop top.
Yeah. So if I buy him a medium, it's a full on crop top. Like.
So yeah, like I'm a bigger dude, but I'm also short. So like I swear they don't make clothes for me. They just don't. It's tough. It's rough.
And it's wild too because like men's do waist and length, right? So you would think like, oh, okay, at least he could find jeans that fit. But no, even jeans, like even knowing like, okay, like this is the size waist, this is the size length. No. And they still like fit wonky without like you like basically have to try everything on.
Yeah, I really do. I could buy like 34 jeans from 13 different companies and it will be a different size fit from 13 different companies.
Welcome to being a woman. But...
Yeah.
But normally men can just walk in by like 34, 31 and be done.
Mm-hmm.
Out the door.
Yeah. Not I. I feel your pain, Miss Mary. I feel your pain.
I just wear leggings these days.
I'm fucking about to. Like honestly, I'm about to just like get to the leggings.
Wear the basketball shorts.
I mean, I can't wear that to work, but like I'm gonna try. Like maybe if I wear leggings, if leggings are popular with men, and then maybe I could like start wearing them because they're fucking stretchy. They adhere very well to your body. They don't go anywhere. Like
as you saw today, if you have lotion on, you can't get them up. I was like struggling.
I mean, you were struggling to put those fucking leggings on. I was watching you. I was like, okay, Mary, like one leg at a time.
Yeah, I didn't have my glasses on either. So I didn't have my glasses on. I had lotion on my legs. I was still a little wet from the shower. And I don't know. I was like, could not get them to like roll up. I almost fell over. It was like I couldn't even get my foot through. So it was like my leggings were like footies. And then I was like, fuck it. I'm going to try the other leg. So then I had both legs that I was trying to put on. As we know, you can't do that shit. But I was like.
And then you're like, fuck, did I put them on backwards?
I thought I did because they were like all funky.
No, it's been a good couple weeks for sure. Mm-hmm. Like, and then in between all of our fun adventures, we just worked too damn much.
Oh, and then we had house guests last weekend.
We did have house guests, which was its own adventure, I suppose. Like, went to a birthday party.
Yeah, I didn't even get a chocolate cupcake.
No, I mean last week was fun. Yeah. Like they we planned for a couple guests and then ended up being a lot more because for whatever
Yeah.
reason.
So I basically was like a house mom for a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
Everybody did pretty good though. I'm gonna be honest. Like, if it weren't the psycho me, like, they did good.
Yeah. They did.
But it's me.
Well, I mean, I could see where it's hard for them too, because like, so we housed Mary's brother, his friend, and a coworker, or Mary's brother's employee,
Mhm.
because they were doing a job up here. So we're like, oh yeah, you can just stay here. You know, it's all
We'll make
good.
you dinner. We'll hang
Yeah,
out. Blah blah blah.
and you could just tell like the uncomfort that they're living in, because like two of them, they smoke a lot of weed, which is like I don't care about,
Mm-hmm.
but they're trying to be like super respectful about it. They're trying to like not encroach on our stuff. They're, you know, so they'll go outside, they'll smoke their weed, and they'll come inside and they'll like just be like super awkward that they just smoked a shit ton of weed. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
you guys are good, you know?
Yeah.
And like they just came like back from like a big job, so they're all muddy and shit, and like they're trying to figure out like how not to like track mud everywhere in the house. And they're like, it, it's cool, like,
Like,
you
it's
know,
fine.
it's fine. Like, we invited you here, like, to stay
we
here.
know, like, it's okay to make a mess.
Yeah. And like you could just tell that like most of them were just like super uncomfortable the whole damn time.
Oh, that makes me kind of sad too, though.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I make people uncomfortable, and I don't mean to.
I mean, you do keep like a fucking lock and key on the cleanliness of this house, for sure. I mean, it's not a bad trait because I enjoy my house to be clean. I mean, but you're like a step above clean, like being clean.
But I feel like I did pretty good.
You did, until you're like, oh, by the way, I know you guys are leaving. I had a great time. I'm lysoling everything when you guys leave. And you told them, you're
Yeah.
like, by the way, I'm cleaning every fucking thing. Like, they weren't even gone, and you've pulled the sheets from their beds and the pillowcases and everything. Oh, I already have everything in the wash, and everything is getting lysoled the second you guys fucking leave. And they're just like, whoa, bitch. Like, we haven't even left yet.
Well, I was teasing my brother. Okay, first of all, they were sick. They were fucking sick.
Yeah.
And I was like, bitch. And he's like, fuck, I hope I don't get you sick. I'm like, don't worry, I'm gonna Lysol everything after your ass.
Like, if you
leaves.
wanted to hope that I didn't get sick, you shouldn't have came here.
Yeah, like, so I was
Fucking
just
sick.
being funny about the Lysol. And I pulled the sheets because they were done sleeping, and I wanted to get the laundry going.
I understand.
Should I have waited till they left to do that?
I mean, maybe a little bit, because I like it almost feels like you're kicking them out of the house at that point. Like, oh, you guys are done here. It's time to leave. Your shit's already washed. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, just like the bedding, they weren't gonna go back to bed.
I wasn't uncomfortable about it at all.
I'll ask my brother. He'll tell me the truth if it bugs him or not.
I'm sure it doesn't bug him. It might, actually, I don't know. I'm sure he's just grateful that he doesn't have to stay in a hotel room.
Yeah.
And like, honestly, he probably would have got a hotel room if he hasn't been sleeping in a hotel room like the last month, because his house is flooded.
Yeah. They were just excited to have their own rooms.
Yeah. So like, him and his roommate have been staying
in a double bed hotel room for like a month.
Yeah. Him and his roommate have been in a hotel for like a month because their place flooded and it's getting renovated. So like, they're just like, fuck, I am just glad to like have my own room at this point.
Yeah. Like, I don't even care. Oh my gosh.
That would be hard.
Yeah.
Like, I know you and I could like live the hotel life
And be fine.
And
but
be
with
fine.
their roommate.
But yeah, could you imagine like having like a roommate and having to sleep
In a hotel with your roommate.
in a hotel with, it's not even like a suite. It is
Yeah.
just like two beds next to each other.
Yeah.
No fucking privacy at all.
None.
That would be the fucking worst.
I know. They're making pretty good of it, though. You can tell they're like a little sick of each other.
They are. I mean, they're BFFs,
Yeah.
you know, but like even BFFs need like to be able to close the door.
Yeah.
And they're used to 2 bathrooms, so I'm
And they
sure.
work together too.
And they work together.
Yeah.
So I'm sure like having to like plan their shits and showers has to be terrible right now.
Yeah, because they're used to having their own bathrooms, their own rooms.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I
But,
mean
yeah.
that'd be rough. Like you and I could do it because we live together and like we've seen and smelt everything that we have to offer.
Right.
You know. But
Now I'm like circling back. Like, was it rude? I wanted to get a jump start on the laundry. I had 3 like beds
I don't
to
think
wash.
it was rude. But like I and this is just me like overthinking things sometimes. I think like people that are already uncomfortable sleeping somewhere, that just gives them like a little bit like a little bit of more uncomfort, for like the next time. It's like, oh shit, like it's almost like when I'm cooking
Mm-hmm.
and you're cleaning like as I'm cooking,
Mm-hmm.
and like all of a sudden the shit that like I was using that I was gonna keep dirty is now all of a sudden clean, and now I feel awkward like taking it and making it dirty again.
But they weren't going to sleep here again.
Yeah, but they were like staying here for another 4 hours because like you started cleaning in the morning.
Yeah, I wasn't going to start laundry at 5 p.m.
Well,
on a
I know,
Sunday.
I know, but like they were here until like 5 o'clock because like the birthday party didn't start till like 5 o'clock or whatever.
Oh, I'm going to ask my brother about it.
I'm sure he'll be like, oh, it's fine.
I bet they didn't even think twice about it.
This is just shit that goes through my mind. Like,
Okay.
I don't fucking think it's weird. Like, fucking sure. Yeah, whatever.
And I am a little like OCD clean.
You are OCD clean. Like, I think if anything that was uncomfortable, it was probably your OCD clean in general.
Yeah.
Of like, oh shit, we just ate dinner. Dishes are getting done, bitches.
Well, it's not like I tell them to do the dishes.
No, but it's just dishes are getting done, and that's what's happening.
Like,
all right, we'll see you in a few.
I just get up and do the dishes.
I understand that. Like, it doesn't bother me because I lived with you for 16 years. And I'm mainly talking to like one person.
About the friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was uncomfortable because he didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Because he was like, shit, should I help? Should I not help? What do I do? What do I do?
Yeah.
Because you can tell he's a super clean person too.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
and you can tell his mama raised him right. His towels got into the laundry room. His bedding was folded up and put on the,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so.
I mean, I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong at all.
The rest of them know how I am.
Yeah. But at least one of them are dirty as fuck, so.
Oh, yeah. 2 of them are.
Yeah. I mean, your brother, I love the dude to death, but he dirty.
He's messy.
He is messy.
Yeah.
He is messy. And then, like, I don't know how the fuck we got roped last weekend and you go into a little child's fucking birthday party.
Well, it's my nephew.
I suppose so.
And everybody was going.
Not everyone.
Well, we were supposed to be going to your parents last weekend. Yeah. So.
I think it's just one of those things that I'm not used to, like, dedicating my time to those type of things.
To family.
To, like, family. It's like I see it on Facebook and I don't even like it. It's like, oh, something happened. Cool.
Okay.
But now it's like I'm, like, obligated to dedicate my own fucking time to, like, this shit.
Oh, that's, like, shit.
Like, I'm doing things tomorrow. I was like, fuck, like, I'm obligated to do it at this point.
Yeah, now you've turned it into a big deal. You're like making lunch. And...
Well, I wanted to do something nice because like I haven't been around, for a while. So I was like, fuck it, I'll make a nice lunch. I mean, it's super simple, easy lunch, so it's not like it's gonna take me forever. And I want. This is rude, but I just want good food.
Same. I would rather you cook everywhere we go because I am such a picky eater.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like how I am. That's like the point I'm getting to is like, if you invite me somewhere, I would just rather cook. Like, just tell me what you want and I'll fucking cook it.
But then us going to dinner at other people's, maybe we're the problem because we go to other people's houses and if they cook for us, then they get all self fucking conscious and it becomes like a whole ordeal of that too.
You're not wrong.
And it's like, just calm down. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I don't think, at least at my parents', like, there's not that because my dad is known for being a good cook, which I question sometimes because he didn't like my soup. So my dad's known for being a good cook. So like, if I get there and like I cook a meal, it's just like, oh, father, son.
It's kind of like the American Dad episode where Steve finishes his plate first.
Yeah, yeah. It's like one of those situations. But then again, like my dad really doesn't give a fuck
because he don't want to cook.
Because he doesn't want to cook. He's like, oh shit. Like I really, honestly, if your mom's not cooking and it's not that fucking beef stew and it tastes anything better than that, I don't give a shit.
Enough that your mom's like, yeah, your nephew can eat his own meal because John's cooking something his nephew can't eat.
Yeah.
And they're coming to where so John's like, oh, then I just won't cook. And his mom's like, well, he can have his own meal. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, they're like, you cook. They can fend for themselves. They could figure their own shit out. I was like, okay.
But actually, on that note, we do have to get down there.
We do have to be up early. So we are going to let you guys go. Thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate all of our listeners.
I hope everybody has a wonderful evening, and thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, it's been a great time. We might see you next week.
We might see you in a month. Who knows?
It could be just that.
Make sure you're following us so you get notified.
All right. Thanks, guys. Love you all. Bye.